say it's short. Williams has got the ball. Arkansas has got the win.
Hog Reaction is brought to you by Bud Anderson Heating and Cooling, Guild Mortgage, and Ritter Communications.
Gives them some breathing room, up by 6.
And another turnover for the Aggies.
And slam on the other end by Tony.
Call or text the program at 877-377-6963.
Well, how about them Elite Eight Hogs? A 74-68 win tonight over the number 1 team in the country, the number 1 overall seed. And the Razorbacks find themselves 40 minutes from the Final Four. I'm Tommy Craft alongside Drew Barrett. Tye Richardson will join us from San Francisco coming up from the Chase Center, where tonight the Razorbacks take down the Zags in an impressive defensive fashion once again and pick up their 28th win of the year. Now 28-8 for the Hogs, but Drew, most importantly, they dance on to the Elite Eight.
That ultimately is the most important. And, man, how about them Hogs? What a game. What an exciting time. You felt like their momentum was there. There was something could be against you, the foul difference and everything. For Arkansas to persevere and get through this win is incredible. I talked about it on halftime today. This is a season that they make 30 for 30s about. This is a season they write coffee table books about. Only thing I can truly say to all of you out there, tonight is a night you'll remember exactly where you were when that final buzzer went off, who you were with, who you hugged, who you high-fived, who you called. You'll remember every detail of tonight. Enjoy this one, Razorback Nation.
Chair, back porch, kind of came out of the chair when the game was over. Not sure many hugs were given, but there were some high fives given tonight.
Oh, there's plenty of hugs at Papa's tonight, I'll tell you that.
Note goes 37.5 minutes tonight and gets 21, but, man, they're going to talk about Trey Wade for a long time in this one. 15 points, 34 minutes of action tonight. He was huge with 7 rebounds. I thought his defense tonight, Trey Wade, and particularly with Amude in foul trouble, who also played outstanding on the defensive end, they met the challenge tonight with Timmy and Holmgren and having to defend those guys. Drew Timme still shows why he's an All-American. He leads the game with 25 points tonight, but you can't say enough about Stanley Amude and Trey Wade.
No, you really can't. The defense that they bring, and I was talking to a few people as the game was leading up, and they said, what was the defensive matchups going to be? Who's going to be on Timmy? I said, I think they'll put Jalen. And they're like, who's going to guard Holmgren? It's like, they got Trey Wade. And like, is he going to be up to the match? I was like, yeah, I think he is. He brings a lot to the defensive side. And the fact of the matter that you were able to hold Chet Holmgren to 0 points in the first half, to 11 points total, and you made the man foul out. A guy who has gone for back-to-back games, scoring 20-plus. Incredible. I mean, if you would have asked 100 Razorback fans who was going to be the guy to step up, I don't think you'd get 5 that would say tonight would be a Trey Wade night. But that's what it is about this team. They're able to get different productivity and another great night from different individuals.
So the dance continues. The Hogs win over Gonzaga 74-68. They'll await the winner of Texas Tech and Duke. Texas Tech right now up 10-2 over the Duke Blue Devils in the second game from San Francisco. Ty's going to join us in just a bit. We got a lot to get to. We had hoped to hear from you as well out there. 877-377-6963. Our normal number is the number for you to call us tonight to give us your Hog reactions. Hog reaction tonight brought to you by Ritter Communications, providing 100% fiber internet from a 100% Arkansas company. Ritter Communications, right by you, and by Guild Mortgage, serving you for all your home loan needs. See more at guildmortgage.com, and by Bud Anderson Heating and Cooling. Get a free furnace when you purchase a new system now. Call 855-GO-CALL-BUD or gocallbud.com. Bud Anderson is the official heating and cooling provider of the Arkansas Razorbacks. Well, the Razorbacks defeat their second number 1 team in the same season. I was listening to Chuck on the way into the studio, and he said the last team to do that was Georgia Tech, the last time they beat 2 number 1s in the same season.
Just an incredible year, and with about 2 minutes left to go in the game, they show up that flash of Arkansas is 0 for 10 all time against number 1 seeds. Well, that was broken tonight, just like you saw earlier this season against Auburn. so many things have been so historic about this year. And as soon as the post game started, I jumped in my car and, took off, headed to the station.
Yeah.
And just hearing Chuck and Z talk about, remember when this team lost 5 out of 6. Remember this team started SEC play 0-3, and you were thinking, how do they get back to 500, let alone how do they get back to the Elite Eight?
All right, a lot more to get to. We're going to be with you until the past the 10 o'clock hour. Then we'll see how things go, your calls. I want to hear from Ty. He's in the post-game press conference now. We'll bring some of that sound of the reactions tonight here on Hog Reaction. All right, the phone number again, 877-377-6963. Your calls, your texts are welcome. More to get to on Hog Reaction as the Hogs are dancing to the Elite Eight.
You're listening to Hog Reaction, live from San Francisco at the NCAA Tournament.
Being helpful is what Arvest Bank is all about. And part of being helpful is listening to our customers, which is one of the reasons why Arvest Go, our mobile app, has been certified 2 years in a row by J.D. Power for providing an outstanding mobile banking experience. You can easily pay friends, securely lock and unlock your cards, deposit checks, pay bills, and more. So download Arvest Go today. Arvest Bank, ready to help. Member FDIC. For J.D. Power 2021 award information, visit jdpower.com/awards.
Businesses that run like clockwork establish routines they trust. That's why over 1 million companies rely on Cintas. We'll help you protect employees and customers with essential safety supplies, inspect your fire protection systems and devices, hygienically launder your uniforms, and keep you well-stocked with the leading hand sanitizers and disinfecting wipes. Learn how Cintas can help you open your doors with confidence.
Oh, I'm ready.
Visit Cintas.com and get ready for the workday.
At Southern Tire Mart, we look out for you and your vehicle. Come visit us for America's most trusted brands like Michelin Tires and top-of-the-line service. You can depend on Southern Tire Mart and Michelin Tires to keep you rolling. Come see us at Southern Tire Mart, just off I-540 exit 14 in Fort Smith, for Michelin tires that fit your needs and service that cares for you like family.
Are you looking for a great deal on a previously owned vehicle but want to avoid high-pressure sales? If so, you need to visit Edwards Auto Sales in Roland. For over 30 years, Ernie Edwards and his staff have helped folks from Arkansas and Oklahoma River Valley buy a quality vehicle and offer a buy here, pay here program as part of their services. Some restrictions may apply. Come visit Edwards Auto Center newly remodeled facility, 3 miles west of the Garrison Bridge, the first car dealer on your right, or log on at edwardsautosalesinc.com.
Barrels and Brews Bottle Shop at the Hub in Chaffee Crossing has everything you need for March Madness and beyond. In stock now, Peyton Manning's Bourbon, made with the blend of 3 Tennessee bourbons to create a special and one-of-a-kind offering. Enjoy this bourbon or choose from a fine selection of quality bourbons and whiskeys throughout the store. Wine Wednesday every Wednesday, or hit the cooler for the coldest beer in town. All this and more at Barrels and Brews Bottle Shop at the Hub in Chaffee Crossing.
Wide open look for Amude, and he buries it.
Late breaking news. Central Hydraulics has teamed up with Wacker Neuson to meet your ever-growing equipment needs. Wacker Neuson offers loaders, excavators, skid steers, telehandlers, and more. Central Hydraulics is also your Gates Hydraulic Hose Center. Stop by today at 6104 Highway 271 South in Fort Smith. Central Hydraulics, helping you move the world.
Gray Steel Structures Incorporated is a family-owned business based in Greenwood specializing in steel structures. Owner Will Gray has 20 years experience doing the job right and making sure you're satisfied with the structure you have a need for. Gray Steel Structures serves both commercial and residential customers. Whatever your need may be, mini storage, RV storage, home workshop, or any metal building need, make Gray Steel Structures your first call. Gray Steel Structures, 252-2783. That's 252-2783.
GraySteelStructuresInc.com. That's Gray with an A.
Omega Car and Truck Accessories in Alma is the River Valley's premier accessories store. It's cold outside. Take advantage of remote start to heat up the car or get heated seats starting at only $200. Protect your interior from winter weather with WeatherTech floor liners. Omega has truck bed covers starting at just $399. Or schedule your truck for a spray-in bed liner with a lifetime warranty. Mention this ad to receive 10% off your purchase. Omega Car and Truck Accessories, behind Brahms in Alma.
Advanced Mechanical Performance, your premier UTV, off-road, truck, and Jeep repair facility. Whether it's a lift kit, an oil change, or a complete makeover of your machine, go see Cody and the gang at AMP and get it right the first time. These guys know what they're doing and are doing what they know. Advanced Mechanical Performance, 3201 Wheeler Avenue in Fort Smith. Call them today at 434-4161.
Carco Auto Sales takes great pride in serving Fort Smith, the River Valley, and eastern Oklahoma for over 40 years, offering a variety of quality, late model, low mileage vehicles at unbeatable values. The friendly and knowledgeable staff can help you find the car you deserve, priced to fit your budget. Carco Auto Sales will purchase your vehicle as well. Come see the team at 2810 Midland Boulevard or give them a call at 783-1722. Check them out online at buyfromcarco.com. Carco Auto Sales, when you're ready.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
This is Hog Reaction, live from San Francisco at the NCAA tournament.
Over Note, it's short. Williams has got the ball. Arkansas has got the win.
Hog Reaction is brought to you by Bud Anderson Heating and Cooling, Guild Mortgage, and Ritter Communications.
Gives them some breathing room, up by 6. And now
another turnover for the Aggies.
And a slam on the other end by Tony.
Call or text the program at 877-377-6963.
Well, I don't know about you, but it feels awfully good right now. Basking in the glow of a Razorback win by 6, the second time this year the Hogs have taken down the number 1 team in all the land, and they're on their way to the Elite 8. Texas Tech, who leads Duke right now, is playing in the other game in the last half. Those two teams will get the winner of that one a little bit later on tonight and figure out the matchups for Saturday night. I'm Tommy Craft. Drew Barrett's in studio with me. Tye Richardson was in the building tonight at the Chase Center in San Francisco. Tye, how did it feel being in the building tonight? What was the atmosphere, and then certainly the celebration following the Hogs win tonight?
Tommy, it was unbelievable, and I'm sitting up there, made my way down with about 4 minutes to go courtside, got the video that you can find of us winning the game on ESPN Arkansas, hitthatline.com, and our social media channels, and you could just feel the excitement explode. I know Drew was hanging out with a couple of our buddies. Tommy, I'm not kidding when I tell you this. I have gotten 7 texts in the last 10 minutes of people sending me their flights to San Francisco. Yeah. It has been that dramatic. I'll say this.
It's an impulsive decision, I can tell you that.
Arkansas fans, I mean, they showed out tonight, and there's going to be even more in the house come Saturday when they face the Red Raiders or the Blue Devils.
Now, tell me if you guys felt this way, because this is how I felt throughout the majority of the game. But it wasn't really the way it was. It felt like Arkansas was down 6 to 10 the whole first half. I mean, I would have swore if you didn't have the score at the bottom, well, the Hogs are down 10. Just the way the game was being played, the tempo seemed to be controlled by Gonzaga. Arkansas couldn't throw it in the ocean for a while in the first half. I thought J.D. Notte was going to need Tommy John surgery. He threw up so many shots at one point. Some weren't hitting the rim. But in the end, you look at the score, and guys, the game was won in many ways by the run made at the end of the first half that gave Arkansas a boost. I tweeted out right before halftime, Ty, that, hey, with 2:46 left in the first half, there was a timeout. There was no way you could let Gonzaga make a little run here, take the lead and some momentum in the half. Ty, they closed the door right there, and the Razorbacks took the lead to the half. It was kind of a funky game. They mucked it up, as people say. But that run where Arkansas held Gonzaga scoreless there towards the end of the half on a lengthy scoring run proved, I think, to be the big difference in the ballgame.
Tommy, Coach Few was talking about in the postgame, every time that Gonzaga started limiting Arkansas offensively, they couldn't stretch into Arkansas's lead or stretch a lead of their own. That's the Arkansas defense that came to play. And what I tell you, fellas, what are they going to do? Timmy's going to get his 25-7. You knew that. You have to be physical with Holmgren. Holmgren had a good game when he was on the floor, but he fouls out. The game's over after that. I thought Adis would be able to neutralize and really take out Andrew Nimhart, and he did exactly that. I mean, the game plan that Eric Musselman had tonight was spectacular. Defensively, once again, it's not like they didn't hit timely shots. Trey Wade had the game of his life. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, we were talking about that in the first segment. It's you'll remember the 21 tonight from Notte, but you should never forget what Trey Wade gave you on both ends of the floor tonight. That's absolutely correct. Here's the other thing that stands out when you look at the box score. 5 of 21 Gonzaga for three-point shooting tonight. 23%. That was an area of huge concern. Arkansas was good enough defensively tonight, Drew, to keep them from running away with it there.
Oh, they definitely were. And that was one of the biggest question marks because you felt like you could control Timmy and Holmgren. You know, you knew that Muss was going to be able to have a good game plan. But when it comes to Gonzaga and how deep they actually are and how good of guard play they get, outside of what they get from Holmgren and Timmy down low, you knew that if Gonzaga got hot from beyond the arc like they have in so many different games, that it was going to be a tough road for Arkansas. It was going to be an uphill battle. But the fact that they were able to defend around the perimeter as well as they did, and I agree with you. It did feel like, especially in that first half, it felt like Arkansas was down the whole time, and then I think if you don't go into halftime with that 3-point lead and that little bit of momentum.
That's what I'm saying. That was huge.
I don't know if the second half turns out the way it does.
Exactly. I think the way the feelings and the emotions that festered at halftime, Ty, there's no way you're not confident at half when you're Arkansas. You could tell by the way Eric Musselman did the halftime interview with Tracy Wolfson. He felt good about where his team was at. You held in there. You couldn't let them go on a quick score. And Arkansas just never let Gonzaga get in a rhythm tonight, it seemed.
It was just an incredible defensive performance. And you guys mentioned the play at the end of the half. If you're Gonzaga and you're Mark Few, how do you allow J.D. Note to get coast to coast in 6 seconds? And I know he's a great player, but you just leave Devontae Davis and you double team him because JD's the guy. And I know he didn't have his best shooting. I think he ended up 9 for 29, including 2 of 12 for 3. But it was some timely shots, a timely three-pointer, the timely shot at the end of the half. This guy just makes plays, and even when he's not hitting shots, he's getting other guys open. They had to double team him. And Trey Wade, if you go back and look at all of his looks outside, I think one fadeaway jumper, he was wide open. So credit to Trey and the other guys stepping up. Jalen didn't have his best shooting night again, but, man, that 3 he hit with a little over 4 minutes to go was massive. That's what the thing about Arkansas is. They're not the best shooting team, guys, but they hit timely shots, and they did it once again tonight.
So you're always reminding me of how technologically advanced you are in comparison to me, so I'm not even going to attempt to do this. I'm just going to throw it your way. I want you to go find the audio from the pregame right before they pitch it to Nance and out to San Francisco. They go around the horn with Gumbel, and they get Chuck, they get Kenny, and they get Kellogg's perspective on the game. And it just got gradually worse as they went around the table. Did you see this too, Drew?
Yeah, I did.
Ty, I know you were in the arena and didn't get to see it. By the time they got to Kellogg, there was no need to play the ball game. It was awesome because, not only was the Zags going to win, they were going to win big, according to Clark Kellogg. None of the three had any hope for the Razorbacks in this game. I don't know if you can find that clip by morning, but that needs to be played because I guarantee you guys, Muss has probably already got it on like a Vine or something on his phone. The team's already seen it, I promise you.
Oh, I'm sure they do. And that might be the first game that I've ever watched at a bar
them words are gonna
or
taste good.
in a social event where the booze and the F-bombs were dropped before the opening tip.
I mean, because when they got to Kelly, he just buried the Razorbacks.
Oh, he did.
So, Ty, I know you say I can't even figure out how to turn a calculator on anymore. So there's your homework for tonight is to find that clip. And then I thought Nance's last clip was awesome as well. But those are some words that will taste good with some steak sauce there, Ty. What the crew had to say before the game.
I should be able to find that. There's already been several different places. I know Eric Musselman with Tracy Wolfson after the game. There's a pretty good audio clip there. I'm trying to. There's so many great ones that.
If you need some help, let me know.
Yeah. I should be able to. Yeah. I should be able to get that after the game.
Duke has stormed back 9.5 to play in the first half. It's now tied at 17. This game started out 10-2 in favor of the Red Raiders. We'll keep an eye on that. Arkansas obviously gets the winner of this one. So. You get another couple 3 days in San Francisco.
I'm excited, man, and I think it's going to be a great time. I've got 2 buddies, Tommy, here. One has to go visit his girlfriend in Colorado. The other one has to go camping in the desert, and I am begging those guys that – they're both – you have girl obligations, Drew. You know that.
Know.
I think in this situation you get yelled at later this weekend. Just stay.
You fall on that sword.
Are these Hog fan friends?
These are die-hard Arkansas Razorback fans that went.
That's a bullet you take. That's a fight you're willing to have.
That's where you determine whether this relationship's going forwards or sideways. There's a lot to be said about the future of this relationship based on this decision right now. Who's going to wear the pants is going to be determined this weekend.
I think we might be in for another barn burner tonight. The way this Texas Tech game and Duke game's going so far. And Texas Tech, man, I didn't think they knew what 22 points in the first half was, but they're keeping toe-to-toe with Duke offensively.
Well, it may be 22-20. If Arkansas and Tech play, the final may be 22-20. It's 22-20 right now with 8:17 to go in the first half. So we'll keep an eye on that. All right, before we go, let's break down some of the other stars in this ball game. Jalen Williams turned in 15 tonight with 12 rebounds, another double-double tie for Arkansas's impressive 4.
Yeah, he just turns them out. He's broken the single-season record held previously by Derek Hood for most rebounds in a season, and he's going to keep going because whoever they play, Texas Tech or Duke, he's going to have an opportunity to even add to that on Saturday night. He has been unbelievable. And again, he didn't have his best shooting performance tonight, neither did JD, but the thing about Jalen, not only did he close out the game tonight, but Tommy also played a good portion, I would say, 3 or 4 minutes late in the second half with 4 fouls. And when you're going up against Drew Timme, who, say what you want about Drew Timme, the guy could play basketball. And he had, I think, 25 and 7 tonight. He's a crafty player. He's got a great shot fakes, got a push shot, got a floater, got a variety of different post moves. It's pretty impressive that Jalen was able to finish out the game. And I know they took him out here and there, but to be able to play with 4 fouls, if he goes out, guys, that's a different ball game. But he just is a really intelligent basketball player that needs to be admired by a lot of and it's an in-state kid. He's the one watching Bobby Portis. He's watching these other guys grow up and play. For him to decide to come to Arkansas is pretty special for every Razorback fan listening right now.
All right, your calls and text throughout the remainder of the show are going to be here for about another hour or so. 877-377-6963. I think the emotions are pretty even out there tonight. Joseph in Cove says, I just ... I just want to cry.
Hey, let
tears
them
of
flow.
joy.
Let them flow.
Some tears of joy down in Cove, down in Polk County tonight. Robert in Central Mississippi says, look here, boys. All I've heard is how the Zags were going to put a beat down on the Hogs. O ye of little faith. Muss is unbelievable how he schemes a game plan. This team never quits. I love these guys. What a team. This is a continuation of how all Razorback sports are morphing into the best overall sports program in America. Go Hogs, Pig Suey. It certainly does seem, Ty, like there is a rising tide lifting all the boats on campus right now.
It's pretty great, man. And asking you shall receive. Tommy, I'm sending you you and Drew that clip right now. I'll send it to your emails if you want to play it, just for our audience to hear the pure, just the idiocy that came out of those guys' mouth. And listen, Gonzaga is a really good basketball team, but they just weren't ready for the physicality of Arkansas, and that's what I told you. And it's not like you were vehemently disagreeing with me or anything, but I was just preaching the choir Wednesday morning, and this morning I was just like, they're not ready. They're not going to lose tonight.
Well,
and that's exactly
now in fairness, and Robert B brings us up too. In fairness, we are having to change your plane ticket from tomorrow to Sunday, because when I urged you, did I not vehemently urge him to go ahead and book that ticket for late Saturday night or Sunday?
And here's the thing.
And he's trying to pass it off as being a company man.
Y'all had a conversation about it for 15 minutes. 3 breaks long worth of conversation.
And I was adamant, no, book it for later on. They're going to win. They're going to be there. They're going to play too.
Mm-hmm.
And now what do you got to do? You got to change that plane ticket, Ty.
Man, the brimstone and soulfire would be coming down right now on you if that was actually what happened.
That is exactly.
That is
exactly.
If you listen,
I have someone that can bear witness.
I was sitting right there. I can
Reverend
see exactly
Reverend Barrett.
Yeah, exactly. Man of a cloth here. I do not lie.
Yes, Ty will be able to get his ticket changed. We'll make that happen, whatever we got to do. Happy for Ty. At least he gets 2 more days. And San Francisco, says Arton Rogers, and that was not to be expected by most Hog fans. I agree. I don't think there have been lots of games this year where you thought even down 6 with 6 to go, they're going to find a way to win. I was never nervous. Up 6, up 10. I was nervous, guys, the whole way. I was never comfortable, even until that last dunk when they put them up 6, that they were actually going to seal this. So it has been a fun night to be a Razorback fan. All right, more of your text. We want your calls and your reactions as well. 877-377-6963, live from San Francisco. This is Hog Reaction.
Colorworks Paint and Body in Barling offers professional automotive painting, bodywork, and fabrication that is unsurpassed in talent and dedication. Owner Andy Harrod uses the latest in collision repair technology to ensure all damage is addressed, whether it's visible or hidden, and works with all insurance companies. Andy and his crew have the experience and commitment to give you complete trust in the repair of your vehicle, no matter the size of the job. Colorworks is located at 1206 Fort Street in Barling, across from Dollar General, and is on Facebook where you can check out their work.
Hi, I'm Kelly Smith, owner of Dixie Digital Imaging. Would printing from your phone or tablet make your life easier? Are you emailing files to yourself so that you can print them from your desktop or laptop? The Xerox VersaLink and AltaLink lines of network printers and multifunction printers will natively print using your phone's built-in capabilities. Apple AirPrint and Google Cloud Printing just work. To order yours today, give us a call at 783-6600 or visit dixiedigital.com. Dixie Digital Imaging, bringing document innovations to the River Valley.
Hello, this is Sebastian County Assessor Zach Johnson here to remind everyone to assess your personal property by May 31st to avoid late penalty. You can do this in person at one of our 3 locations, over the phone, or online by going to www.countyservice.net. I'd also like to remind any current homeowners or individuals buying their homes on contract to contact our office and check on your eligibility for the homestead tax credit. Contact us today to see if you qualify.
The homestead tax credit can save you up to $375 off your tax bill.
This ad sponsored by the Sebastian County Assessor.
Come get you some. 2728 Townsend Avenue is your off-road and performance center headquarters. They've got everything from lift kits, wheels, LED light bars, UTV parts and accessories, winches and tires. Need general 4x4 repair? No problem. Come Get You Some has one of the largest 4x4 shops in the States. They do it all, from installing a bug shield to building some of the baddest off-road machines in the country. Call them today at 782-6833. That's 782-MUD. Or check them out online at cgysoffroad.com. Come get you some.
It is here, fast, reliable internet from Wave Rural Connect. Cedarville, Uniontown, Natural Dam, and surrounding areas get fast fiber internet, TV, and phone service from a local provider you can trust based in Ozark, Arkansas. Internet starts at $49.95 a month, TV at $43.99, and phone at $29.95. Order now at signup.waveruralconnect.com or call 1-833-492-8372. Do it now. Arkansas Valley Electric and Wave Rural Connect, changing the communities we serve.
March is here at Frank Rowe Furniture, and it's my birthday month. Since it's my birthday month, I'm having a big sale with hundreds of dollars off savings on furniture. Not only are we offering big savings, you won't pay a dime on sales tax. That's right, no sales tax on cash or finance prices. I'm not done. We are knocking off $25 on all deliveries. In-store no credit check financing, family owned and service after the sale. Frank Rowe Furniture, best seats in the house.
March Madness is approaching. Make sure you have everything you need for the games by stopping by Four Corks Wine and Spirits. Choose from a wide selection of bourbons and whiskeys, craft beers, and a great selection of the coldest imports in town. Take advantage of the walk-in humidor for an A-list selection of cigars, or enjoy the elegant climate-controlled wine cellar of hand-selected wines. It's all here at Four Corks Wine and Spirits, just past the intersection of Mazard and Zero towards Ben Guerin.
Where can you get good neighbor service and surprisingly great insurance rates? At State Farm, because State Farm agent Heath Roberts is your one-stop shop in the River Valley for the service you deserve at the price you want. So stop looking around. State Farm agent Heath Roberts is ready to help. Call 479-452-4088 for your surprisingly great rates today. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Individual premiums will vary by customer. All applicants subject to State Farm underwriting requirements.
This is Hog Reaction, live from San Francisco at the NCAA tournament.
Over Note, it's short. Williams has got the ball. Arkansas has got the win.
Hog Reaction is brought to you by Bud Anderson Heating and Cooling, Guild Mortgage, and Ritter Communication.
Gives them some breathing room, up by 6. And now
another turnover for the Aggies.
And a slam on the other end by Tony.
Call or text the program at 877-377-6963.
All right, Hog Reaction tonight brought to you by Ritter Communications, Guild Mortgage, and by Bud Anderson Heating and Cooling. What is your reaction as the Hogs dance their way to the Elite Eight with a 74-68 win over Gonzaga, the number 1 overall seed. And now Saturday night is when the Hogs will play again against either Texas Tech or Duke, who are playing right now. 877-377-6963. We'll be with you for about another hour. So if you got thoughts on tonight's game and the Hogs' 28th win of the year, and back-to-back years, Ty, they make their way to the Elite Eight, you can give us your thoughts and your reactions here tonight. We're getting some calls in queue right now, and we'll be ready to go. Hogs were led by J.D. Notte, 21 points tonight. He was 9 of 29. Ty, I know that on social media, which is not always the best way to gauge what's really going on in a ball game, but social media was not delighted with some of J.D.'s shot selection throughout the night, but he leads the Hogs with 21 tonight.
Yeah, 2 of 12 from the three-point line, and some of them, he had a rainbow shot. I think it was over Andrew Nimhart.
Brought rain,
Yeah, and it was just I was just sitting there what he was doing. I know that they were kind of, I think it was Bob that was kind of messing with Muss after the game about him taking all those shots, but again, he is so valuable on both ends of the floor. I think he had 2 blocks tonight, a couple steals. He's a gamer, man. And I get Arkansas fans being frustrated with some of the shot attempts and the craziness that he takes, but then he does things like at the end of the first half, or he hits a clutch 3, he got a great rebound on late with under 2 minutes to go. I think that really helped Arkansas seal the deal at the very end. The guy is an unbelievable player, and I know people miss on recruits, but we got to remember he played with Ashton Hagans in high school, Tommy, the Kentucky point guard, and was very under-recruited. Started at Jacksonville, Muss was recruiting him at Nevada, and then to Fayetteville. Here's a kid, again, that undervalued out of high school, but Musselman and J.D. have made the most of themselves since arriving at Arkansas.
All right, let's go to the phones. Ryan is giving us a call with his thoughts on tonight's game. Ryan, you're on Hog Reaction.
Yes, sir. I want to say thank you to Eric Musselman for bringing back our basketball program. This was a sleeping giant. We all thought it for years. There's enough talent in the state of Arkansas and the surrounding states to do this all the time. And I'm so happy as a Razorback fan. I've been one my whole life and never seen the Elite Eight, now back-to-back years. My happiness cannot be measured right now. I want to thank I don't know if they'll ever hear it, but I want to thank all the team. They worked their asses off. I watch a lot of college basketball, and I haven't seen a team in the country that works harder than this team, and that's all coaching. And, man, what a game plan tonight. Eric Musselman is putting himself in the conversation of being the best coach in college basketball. Thank y'all for taking my call. You'll have a wonderful night.
Ryan, we can hear the joy in your voice there. Eric Musselman is going to gain more attention. I mean, for some that may concern you, for some that may overjoy you, but I think the better days, Ty, are still ahead. And Drew, you get in here on this too. You look at the recruiting class. You look at you just go down the list, starting with Nick Smith. Starting with Dunning. You get players. You go to Ford. You got the Gatorade Player of the Year in 2 different states coming in. Ty, as good as it is now, it's reasonable to even have higher expectations moving forward, not only based on the great defense and the play of the team and the coaching and the strategy, but also the recruiting, my man.
Well, you really have to start entering the conversation of this team potentially winning a national championship this year. I know a lot of expectations have been placed on the number 2 recruiting class in all of college basketball this next year and the possibility of J.D. and Audis coming back to campus, but I mean, I don't even think we can look ahead based on what this team has in front of it. You're not going up against Baylor on Saturday night. You're going to play one really good team, either in Texas Tech or Duke. But, guys, just the way that's kind of ahead of Arkansas right now. And, again, I try not to be a homer when we come on, Tommy. I think you did a good job, Drew. You're not a homer because you're not from here. But I think it's a realistic thing to say when you look at this basketball team and what lies ahead, that they can end up New Orleans next week and compete for a national championship, the first Final Four since '95.
Yeah, I mean, listen, if you can get through Gonzaga, and I don't care really who wins this game tonight, if you can beat any of these 2 of these other 3 teams, and you've already beaten Gonzaga, obviously, if you're good enough to beat Duke or Texas Tech, you're good enough to go to New Orleans and win 2 games there. So, I mean, let's just be realistic. Let's take the hog glasses off a second. Let's put on some let's get more 50-50 in the center line of the road. It's a narrow path. But you know what? It's a narrow path for Villanova. It's a narrow path for Kansas. Now, maybe their path is a little bit wider. But right now, if you reseeded this tournament, I was talking about this with Arns on on the phone earlier today. Guys, and I wish we'd have had this. I wish this thought would have come to me before we did the morning rush today. If you reseeded this field of 16 going into tonight, I'm not saying Arkansas is a 1 or a 2 or even a 3, because I think right now you'd have probably, before tonight, you'd have had Kansas probably 1, and a lot of people would have had Gonzaga 2.
Arizona right there.
Arizona's going to, and not because they were the top seeds, but because they're perceived to be the better team.
Well, yeah.
But somewhere in this conversation, Arkansas, in 1 to 16, where they were somewhere in that 16 range going into the tournament, guys, I think Arkansas would be 5, 6, 7 in most people's estimates coming into this weekend. After tonight, if you reseeded the 8 after Sunday's play, I think Arkansas is probably going to be in that conversation of 3rd, 4th, 5th team out of 8. So, I mean, what is unreasonable about thinking that you can win one more game and get to New Orleans?
I don't think there is anything I'm sorry to cut you off there, Ty, but I don't think there is anything unreasonable about it. When you get into the tournament, it's a cliche, but it's got a lot of truth in it. It's all about surviving and advancing. As long as you can continue to win, you score one more point than the other team, then it's not unrealistic to talk about a path for anybody because of the craziness and because of the upsets that you see year in and year out. And I'm not saying that Arkansas just upset Gonzaga. I think that
But you're not a 4 seed now. You just beat the 1 seed. You take their spot.
You do get to take their spot, and you feel confident going in, because what was the one thing that most people were worried about tonight? How do you compete with Gonzaga when they score so many points? This is the number 1 scoring team in the country. You just held to 20 points below their normal average. You held them to 68. They average 88 points.
Yeah.
If you can muck it up against one of the best offensive
we got to be
teams,
careful with that word too.
Then you can dirty it up. Then you can dirty it up.
I've already had one incident with that. We just need to stay away from those words that rhyme with the other ones. So.
You can dirty it up with just about anybody else. And I think it is very realistic for people to be starting to plan a New Orleans
guys, let's
trip.
be honest. If I'd have been able to rub the crystal ball and tell you this morning 74 points, the Hogs get 74, you've got that information, that's a lock. Would you have said they're going to win?
No. I would have said that they
If I'd have told you 74 this morning, Ty, how confident would you have been?
That Arkansas
this morning,
74?
Yeah. If I told you Arkansas's number is 74 tonight, I guarantee you that. Take it to the bank. Lock.
I would feel pretty confident that they were going to win, and I don't know.
Going up against a team that averages
88?
That's an average.
I mean,
that Arkansas did not match up physically very well with their height. I mean, I say that to say the job they did defensively tonight cannot be overstated.
It can. It was outstanding.
Because I don't think there's many of you listening. Now, Ty can change his story now, but I don't believe him for a second that if I told you 74 this morning, you thought that was going to be enough. Because I wouldn't have.
I don't know what the deal was on kind of Tuesday afternoon, but I mean, something flipped. Sometimes, and sports are weird, right? Sometimes there's certain things that happen that you have no idea how they happen. That's why a lot of people were puzzled why Arkansas won tonight. Sometimes you just get a feeling, and I've done this before when I've gone on the show and just be like, I don't know why this is going to happen, but I think this is going to happen. Sometimes I've been right, sometimes I've been wrong, and tonight I come back to what Gonzaga faced in conference play relative to what Arkansas did, and especially down the stretch. It's not the same thing. It's just not. And this is why this team every single year gets to the tournament, and they don't win a national championship.
I don't know if it's – oh, you're talking about Gonzaga. Okay.
Talking about Gonzaga. Not talking about Arkansas. And, again, what's good about this year is Baylor was the consensus number 1 team in the country last year. People could say Gonzaga. It wasn't Gonzaga. It was Baylor.
I don't know if there was a consensus number 1 this year.
That's what I'm saying. You don't have that this year.
Is it Kansas? Is it Gonzaga? Is it Auburn? I mean,
A lot of people, like I said, throw Arizona.
Hey, but that's a perfect year for a team like an Arkansas to kind of slip in, to take the narrow path and get there. All right, let's get one more phone call in before we hit the break. Cody is in Bentonville. Cody, how's it feel in Benton County tonight with a Razorback win?
Actually, just the only reason I called in, Tommy, is I'm with Ty. I called in a few times earlier in the year, and I kind of even said I didn't agree with Gonzaga. And the reason being, let's just do this, because you guys put him on the spot and other people on the spot. Tommy, Drew, did you guys actually watch a complete game of Gonzaga play basketball this year?
No.
No.
Complete, but bits and pieces.
Right. So we think about all the other losses they had against any decent team. There's now a stat out over their last 8 games against an SEC team they've lost, or except for the 2 Tennessee games.
They'd only lost 3 coming into tonight, so there wasn't like a ton of film on losing this year.
Oh, they're 0-2 against the SEC now with Arkansas and Alabama.
Right, but their biggest win in conference play was St. Mary's, which was also beat. I'm just saying, all in all, on the floor at the same time, did you ever feel like there was a huge separation of talent on the floor watching the game?
Oh, I thought Arkansas was a tougher team tonight, and I thought they were the better team.
I honestly did too. I thought that athletically that we were much superior to Gonzaga's athleticism. And I'll tell you what the difference is now. We have a coach that's so dedicated and disciplined and understands X's and O's so well, he can take a really athletic team and he can make them play fundamental ball too. Gonzaga didn't have the same athleticism, but they have the fundamental play. Well, that athleticism, when they have fundamentals at the same time, is going to surpass just the fundamental team.
But I think there's another thing that goes with that, Cody. It's one thing to understand X's and O's. It's another thing to teach X's and O's. It's one thing for me to understand it. It's another thing for me to make Ty and Drew understand it. Because a lot of people, there's a lot of smart people that understand a lot of things, but they can't communicate it and get it in the heads and the minds of a 19 or 20-year-old. That's the other skill that Musselman has, is not only does he understand it, he gets his guys to understand it.
Well, that's so true, and he has press conferences where he said they learned this in the summer. He plays 7 or 8 guys, and they earn it in the summertime. What it comes down to is he finds guys he can trust, and he just gives it to them, and then they never let him down. And I think you're right. They're so loyal and they're so respectful to him that they never let up for him.
Or they're afraid.
It's a good time to be on this.
You might throw afraid on the end of that,
have a
too.
Good one. Thanks for your time.
Thanks,
Appreciate it, Cody.
And I think that gets lost in the idea of coaching's just, you know it, so now the guys around you know it. Guys, we know that's not true. I mean, there's a lot of smart people we've all been around, and they may have it between their ears and they know what it's about, but then you try to communicate that with people that are 40 years younger than you. I mean, we don't have that kind of age gap around here with me, but Musselman's, 57, I believe?
Somewhere around there.
I mean, we're talking a pretty decent-sized age gap here to communicate that with, and that's why his energy level and the way he communicates and staying in tune with what makes these guys tick from a language standpoint and all this stuff, Ty, it's really important because it's not just enough for Eric Musselman to understand what the defensive plan is. He's got to make them understand it too, and that's why this team clicks so well.
And he has been very, very complimentary of his team, not just during the NCAA tournament, but at several points this season, what they've been able to pick up, what they've been able to watch on film or watch during a practice and then execute it on the floor, especially on defense. That is just, again, the area we keep coming back to. But he talks about the NBA guys are getting this type of level of stuff thrown their way, and they might have trouble. But his guys are picking it up. And, again, every time we always say the old adage, the old cliche that defense wins championships, this team is proving that you don't have to be the most offensively gifted team to compete from, again, one game away from being in New Orleans next week. Is the last time, Tommy, that a team for Arkansas sports that's been big, has it been 10 years? Has it been the 2011 Sugar Bowl for
you
Arkansas
might even
Ohio
go
State?
that, I mean,
that
was
the
probably
last time?
edges out the neck. I mean, you had the back-to-back years of the Sugar Bowl and then the Cotton Bowl against Kansas State. And I'm not saying those are the same because one was a BCS Bowl at the time, and the Cotton Bowl is still such a big deal to our fan base. And it was in Arlington, and it was Tyler Wilson. Those 2 years combined kind of feel like last year and this year to this point combined. But obviously, you're a win away. You're 40 minutes away from making it even more special.
Yeah,
so
it's awesome, man.
Yeah.
It's what Muss has done, and I mean, you got to think about it. It's 3 years, 2 Elite Eights, 3 years. I don't think we can.
And we'll never know what happened, might have happened in that COVID year. So
good point.
When you didn't have a tournament. All right, Ty's in San Francisco. It's brought to you by Ritter Communications, providing 100% fiber internet from a 100% Arkansas company, and by Guild Mortgage, serving you for all your home loan needs. See more at guildmortgage.com, and by our great friends at Bud Anderson Heating and Cooling. Get a free furnace when you purchase a qualifying new system from Bud Anderson. Call 855-GO-CALL-BUD or gocallbud.com. More calls and text when we return. This is Hog Reaction.
You're listening to Hog Reaction, live from San Francisco at the NCAA Tournament.
Sports fans, it's March Madness. Where are you going to bet? I know where I will. BUSR, of course. NCAA basketball, NBA, MLB, you name it, they got it. Besides sports and racing, you can play over 300 casino games at BUSR.com. And remember, no download is needed to play these games. Sign up today and get an exclusive 100% deposit bonus by going to BUSR.com/Morning Rush. That's BUSR.com/Morning Rush. Bet with confidence. Bet with BUSR.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone, America's #1 brakes destination. Right now, you can do the complete job and get a great deal when you buy a set of Duralast brake pads and rotors. It's also AutoZone's national hiring event. We're hiring all positions, from sales to warehouse and drivers, both part-time and full-time. Visit careers.autozone.com or any one of our stores.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
Claim based on data from the NPD Group 2021.
Barrels and Brews Bottle Shop at the Hub in Chaffee Crossing has everything you need for March Madness and beyond. In stock now, Peyton Manning's Bourbon, made with a blend of 3 Tennessee bourbons to create a special and one-of-a-kind offering. Enjoy this bourbon or choose from a fine selection of quality bourbons and whiskeys throughout the store. Wine Wednesday every Wednesday, or hit the cooler for the coldest beer in town. All this and more at Barrels and Brews Bottle Shop at the Hub in Chaffee Crossing.
Wide open look for Amude, and he buries it.
Advanced Mechanical Performance, your premier UTV, off-road, truck, and Jeep repair facility. Whether it's a lift kit, an oil change, or a complete makeover of your machine, go see Cody and the gang at AMP and get it right the first time. These guys know what they're doing and are doing what they know. Advanced Mechanical Performance, 3201 Wheeler Avenue in Fort Smith. Call them today at 434-4161.
It's not going to stop. It's not going to stop until you get something done. Yeah, I know the game is on, but the faucet is still dripping, the toilet keeps running, and the drains won't drain, and on and on. You need to call West Ark Plumbing and let them do the dirty work while you enjoy the game. Call them at 646-5151 and watch the ball game without the West Ark Plumbing, 646-5151.
There's a Kubota for every job. You'll find the one for your job at Gray Brothers, serving the Fort Smith and Poteau area. Gray Brothers equipment is staffed with friendly experts ready to help you step up to the Kubota mower, tractor, or excavator right for you. For residential, construction, farming, and more, Gray Brothers offers the machines and the service you can depend on. Kubota's signature orange is the sign of quality. At Gray Brothers, if you pick orange, you'll never get a lemon.
Late breaking news. Central Hydraulics has teamed up with Wacker Neuson to meet your ever-growing equipment needs. Wacker Neuson offers loaders, excavators, skid steers, telehandlers, and more. Central Hydraulics is also your Gates Hydraulic Hose Center. Stop by today at 6104 Highway 271 South in Fort Smith. Central Hydraulics, helping you move the world.
The Solid Rock has been locally owned for 48 years. When was the last time you were there? So much more than a bookstore. They have Christian t-shirts, church supplies, Bible studies, devotionals, home decor, gifts, and of course, a large selection of Bibles. And Bibles are engraved free of charge while you wait. Located next to Eunice's and Sam's Club on South 74th, The Solid Rock is your source for faith-based books, music, clothing, and more. The Solid Rock, 452-4844. What do you get when you pull into Tony's Tire Service? You get the best selection of tires for any car, truck, or commercial vehicle. Tony's Tire Service has Cooper tires and is ready to serve you to get you back on the road safely. They'll also get your vehicle fixed with brake replacements plus an alignment with the best repair guy in the area. Tony's Tire Service has been serving the River Valley for over 34 years. Come let our guys replace your tires with Cooper tires and our service department to make sure the vehicle has the best brakes and alignments. Tony's Tire Service, 7200 South 28th Street in Fort Smith. Service you can depend on.
Arkansas Fuel Injection in Fort Smith has been providing quality work for all new and rebuilt diesel pumps and injectors for over 25 years. They are a certified diesel shop with a team of quality technicians that ensure the highest quality workmanship and warranties all their work. They are open Monday through Friday 8 to 5 and has emergency service available 24 hours a day. For all your diesel pump, fuel injection, and parts needs, stop by Arkansas Fuel Injection, 6300 South 29th Street, Fort Smith. Call them today at 1-800-817-7709. Arkansas Fuel Injection.
This is Hog Reaction, live from San Francisco at the NCAA tournament.
Over Note, it's short. Williams has got the ball. Arkansas has got the win.
Hog Reaction is brought to you by Bud Anderson Heating and Cooling, Guild Mortgage, and Ritter Communications.
Gives them some breathing room, up by 6.
And another turnover for the Aggies.
And a slam on the other end by Tony.
Call or text the program at 877-377-6963.
All right, we got a full call board as we come back on Hog Reaction. The Hogs are headed to the Elite Eight as they take down number 1 Gonzaga tonight, the number 1 overall seed, 74-68. You heard it right here on ESPN Arkansas. Tye Richardson's in San Francisco. Tommy Craft, Drew Barrett in the studio. Let's head out on the phones here. Let's see. We had Damon in West Fork on line 1. Damon, what is your Hog Reaction? Damon?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right, hit it.
I want to tell you right now, first thing is I won a lot of money tonight on this thing. That was the first thing I did.
Well, congratulations.
You hear me?
I hear you. I hear your rich fat wallet loud and clear.
Okay.
Yeah.
So here's the deal. Tonight you should give Ty a little extra credit there. Let him have a few alcoholic drinks tonight on this. Okay.
Well, a few he wouldn't make it back for tomorrow morning. I mean, 2 will do him in.
You're right. I mean, you're probably right. 2 will do him in, but you might want to let him get 3 tonight on this.
He would never make it back.
What about the rest of us? Don't we deserve a victory drink as well? I mean, I know Tommy's got some nice bottles that we can crack open.
I'll buy the rounds for everybody, man. I'll send you my email later. We'll get it done.
All right. All right. What's the second thing?
So here's the deal. So the best thing happened tonight was we rebounded the ball. Don't you think so? I mean, we rebounded the ball great.
Timely rebounds, too. There were several huge sequences late in the game. There was a couple of late in the first half there were.
I mean, Duke's getting beat right now. I really want Texas Tech to lose. I want to beat Duke in the Elite Eight. Don't you?
I'd kind of favor that. I think Duke's the easier team to beat out of those two.
Whatever gets you to New Orleans is what I want.
I do too. I mean, I think Texas Tech's defense is greater, and I think we could beat Duke. But, I mean, honestly, tonight we played excellent basketball. We beat, nobody believed in us. I think this is the greatest game we've won in a long time, and enjoy the win. And let Ty get an extra drink tonight. Let's let him have an extra drink tonight.
All right, Damon, thank you. We're going to give him some cold milk and a glass of milk for you, young man.
You earned it.
All right, tell you what. Upgrade him to chocolate milk tonight.
Go crazy.
I love chocolate milk.
Chocolate milk.
I'd be okay with that.
Big Mike is in Waldron. Big Mike, what's your Hog Reaction?
You're right for the half, and JD's barely walking the ball up because everybody's gassed, and JD knows it, so he's just barely walking it up. It probably Musk notices they're wore out. He calls that timeout. And then a few seconds later, after a couple of plays, the ball goes out of bounds. They get another timeout. And then they got the 3-point lead going in the half. That was the biggest play, in my opinion, as a staking game, was right there. Because they were wore out because they've been playing defense like crazy. And then what else was it I was talking about? That was pretty dang much it. I can't remember much else. I think
we all
the excitement roll
Big
off,
Mike, I think
right?
we all got a little amnesia right now. We're trying to remember everything that happened tonight.
You
but
remember,
you're right.
call us in the morning.
Ty, there was a timeout with 2:46 to go, and I thought that was a crossroads in the ball game. I know there were still 22 minutes of action to play, but it felt like if Arkansas could just hold off Gonzaga from any kind of offensive burst there and take a lead or be within 3 or something like that to the locker room, you felt good about what was going to happen in the second 20 minutes.
Yeah, I think he was just trying to give some guys a blow, and specifically JD, and you saw the burst of speed JD used with about 6 seconds remaining. It worked, and that's a very obvious move from Eric Musselman, Tommy, that we can clearly notice, but there are several things he did during the course of that ball game that the average, and I'm lumping myself in this category, but the average Joe basketball eye doesn't necessarily pick up. If you got outcoached tonight, and he'd tell you that, I mean, Gonzaga has more talented offensive players, and they got some good shots.
Muss outcoaches a lot of people.
Yeah,
Let's be honest about it. I mean, and I don't think it's out. Is it in the game? Sure, it's there. But I think where Muss beats most people is the 72 hours before a game. That's where. I mean, his game planning and his ability, or his staff's ability, or however it goes. We're not in those rooms, but clearly he's the one leading all this. Their ability to put a game plan together. And I'll go back to what I said in the previous segment. Then to disseminate that knowledge to his team and get them to understand and then execute that. It's one thing for Musselman to get it. It's one thing for him to know how to do it, but he can't go out and play. Mm-hmm. You got to get those guys to go do it. I'm just telling you, that is a harder aspect of leadership than anyone realizes, is to have knowledge, know something, but then to get someone else to understand it and go do it. That is not as easy as you think it is. I'm not saying you think it's easy, Ty. I'm just saying that it's easy from the outside looking in to think, well, that ain't that hard. You figured out the game plan, you go do it. Well, there's just a lot more to it that goes into the strategy and the X's and O's, and
the other team's allowed to adjust as well, right?
Right,
They're allowed to.
It's a
make
moving
moves.
target. So yeah, he's on another level, man. He just really is. All right, Robert has joined us now with his thoughts. Robert, what's your Hog reaction?
Hey, I was 24 years old when the Razorbacks won the national championship in '94, and somehow, some way, this game tonight gave me the exact same feeling as back in 1994. I don't know how and I don't know why, but I just wonder if other people feel the same way about it.
It's starting to have some nostalgic feelings. Now, I'm the only guy here with a microphone. Me and you, Robert, the only ones that are old enough to know that, because Ty was, either you wouldn't even been in diapers yet at that point, would you?
No, my parents hadn't even consummated me yet.
Yeah, I mean, you wouldn't even been around in April of '94. So, I mean, Robert, me and you have to be the ones that validate those feelings. But it's starting to feel like the days of hog ball. And when you say, I mean, it's one thing to say, how about them hogs? But when you say the term hog ball, that takes you back to a time where, what did Chuck Barrett call it this morning? The wine and rose. What do you call it? The wine and roses age of Razorback basketball. Yeah. That takes you back from about '89 to about '96, when Arkansas was about as good as there was in the country. Maybe the best college basketball program for about 7 years. Robert's starting to have that feel like hog ball again, and that's when that's when I first remember hog ball really becoming kind of common language in our state.
You nailed it right there. That's exactly what it sounds like, and I think we're getting back to it now.
All right, Robert, we appreciate you listening to us tonight. So, guys, it does have a little bit of nostalgia. I know it's hard it's not y'all's fault. You're just not old enough to remember.
Neither one of us were alive.
But I'm telling you, that period just like I'm not old enough to remember the 60s in football, where, Arkansas's golden age of football really was the 60s, and obviously the 64 national championship and the 21 straight and all those. I'm not old enough to remember that, but my dad could tell me about it. So, Grandpa, tell me about the good old days a little bit here. All right, who we got next there on
We
floor?
got Marty.
Marty, what's up?
Hey, guys. First, y'all are rocking the house, man. Great job, great coverage.
Thank you.
Second, I'm picking up what Robert's putting down on the 94 deal. I was a 28-year-old staff sergeant in the United States Army stationed at Fort Hood, Texas.
Thank you for your
and
service.
I remember beating, and you guys may be able to help me It was North Carolina or somebody that we beat in advance. But anyways, I remember that like yesterday. Third, and the most important point, and I really want all three of your thoughts. You know who Tony reminds me of? I mean, a top 50 all-time greatest player in the history of the game. Who you got?
That's a lefty that plays defense like he does.
Not as much as the lefty, but the other part's good.
Can you give me an NBA team or college team?
The Bulls.
Pippen?
Thinking more Rodman, I guess.
Rodman.
Yeah.
Rodman, don't say nothing.
Rodman's a defensive rebounding guy.
Telling you, hey, check this out. Southeast Oklahoma.
Size is about the same,
mid-80s,
too, isn't it? Yeah.
Right. Rodman was shy. He didn't talk a lot. He was humble, and he freaking owned the boards.
Mm-hmm.
And he could score if he wanted to, but he didn't really care about it.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is, in about 8 years, look for Tony with pink hair.
Oh, well, I'm not. I hadn't thought about that comparison, but he just nasty in there, quiet, gets that keyboard, but defensively, just a lockdown guy.
More of a comparison to Detroit Piston Rodman than Chicago Rodman, but as far as the quietness of it,
I'm tracking with that. I'm with you on that.
But I think you're onto something. I mean, size wise, it's pretty similar, and just the physicality that they both played with. I think you've stumbled onto something there.
Hey, check on it. 8 years.
Yeah. Marty, thanks for the call tonight. Let's move on. I think Matt is in Atlanta calling us tonight. Matt, you're on Hog Reaction.
Yeah, I just wanted to talk about the media not giving us any chance, and now we got Skip Bayless talking on Twitter that the refs wanted for it. Well, at one point, did I not see that there was one foul called on Arkansas 9 minutes ago and 9 on Gonzaga? How in the heck?
What? Whoa. Is that what he said?
Switch it. Yeah. Switch that.
Done.
Nine on Arkansas, 1 on Gonzaga.
Yeah, because Gonzaga, I mean, the foul count got out of hand. It was 7-1 at one point. And then it kind of evened back up again.
No, it finished like 12-5.
Right, but at one point it was 7-1 in the second half. Arkansas had 7 fouls, and obviously Gonzaga was in the double bonus much earlier in the half than Arkansas. Arkansas never got. They had to foul there at the end to get Arkansas to the line. I mean, Gonzaga had to commit several fouls, Ty, just to get them to the line. So I mean the fouls were way out of whack here. All right, who we got on 2?
We've got Lane and Leslie.
Lane, go for it.
Hey guys, I remember them wine and rose the years, the hog ball years. I'm 56 years old, and I'm gonna be honest with you, I see these days again. And that's getting back to the Elite Eight twice in a row, 2 years in a row, man. You can't have that feeling, and this team walking in this team buckling Razorback Nation back. And I'm not gonna lie, I was really worried. I didn't know if the team that played Auburn and Kentucky was going to show up, or the team that played the last 2 teams in the tournament and would show up. I mean, but the guy showed up. Defense won the game. I mean, you got to score, but if you can't play defense, you're not going to be the elite team like that. Thank you, guys. Enjoy the show.
All right, thank you. I think tonight what this does, Ty, is it validates those wins, in conference play. And people that said you couldn't win away from home against the great teams. Well, Ty, I don't say you won in Gonzaga's backyard, but this wasn't a home game by any means for the Razorbacks.
No, and I'll give credit to Arkansas fans who made the trip here. But Tommy, you're exactly right. It hasn't. It's not Arkansas dominant. Here's a stat for you for ESPN Stats and Info. Arkansas is the first team ever to beat the AP #1 and the overall #1 national seed in the NCAA tournament. There are so many firsts
first ever to do that, or say that again. I want to make sure I heard you right.
To beat the #1 team in the country,
right,
which is an AP #1 from Auburn, and to beat the #1 overall seed in the same season, and that would be Gonzaga.
Yeah, because I heard Chuck saying as I was driving into the studio that the last time a team had beaten 2 #1s in the year was Georgia Tech did it, and I don't remember what year he said, but it's been done before.
I'm gonna guess it was early '90s.
But,
that was my record. Georgia Tech's kind of heyday of basketball.
Yeah. All right, let's squeeze one more in here before we hit the break. David is in Fayetteville. David, what's your hog reaction?
Yeehaw.
Yeehaw. Go Hogs. First time to call and enjoy your show.
Thank you.
Just going to say that my West bracket's looking pretty good. I got Arkansas and Texas Tech in my West bracket.
I had Arkansas and Duke, so I'm looking kind of good too right now.
So it's going to be interesting here to see that one.
The outcome is unknown right now, but whoever, I mean, I don't care beating Duke or Texas Tech. Doesn't bother me a bit.
Now, we'd all rather beat Duke, though, wouldn't we? It'd feel a little sweeter to see Coach K's final ball game from the losing side and the Razorbacks being on the other side of that. So I think we would savor beating Duke more. Let's be honest.
Well, probably so, but like I said, it'd mess up my bracket.
But whichever one you can beat's the one I'm for playing. And I think Duke's the team that's easier to
whatever gets me to Bourbon Street is all I care about, right?
Exactly. Whatever gets me to the French Quarter, baby. So, David, thanks for the call tonight. All right, we're taking your hog reactions for a little while longer. Then we got to turn around and get right back in these same seats in the morning. It's not that many more hours. I don't even want to think about how few hours it is till we got to come back and do it again. But, hey, it feels that we're running on adrenaline right now.
It's fun, ain't it?
As the Hogs move on to the Elite Eight with a win over Gonzaga. All right, more hog reactions on the way. Phone lines are open for one more segment. 877-377-6963.
You're listening to Hog Reaction, live from San Francisco at the NCAA Tournament.
Being helpful is what Arvest Bank is all about, and part of being helpful is listening to our customers, which is one of the reasons why Arvest Go, our mobile app, has been certified 2 years in a row by J.D. Power for providing an outstanding mobile banking experience. You can easily pay friends, securely lock and unlock your cards, deposit checks, pay bills, and more. So download Arvest Go today. Arvest Bank, ready to help. Member FDIC. For J.D. Power 2021 award information, visit jdpower.com/awards.
At Shell, we know from the time you get up to the time you wrap up,
Good night.
There's a lot of meetups, eat-ups, and hurry-ups. So come to Shell and get 3 things done at once. Fill up with Shell V-Power Nitro Plus to help keep your engine running like new. Save up with the Fuel Rewards program and never pay full price for gas again. And snack up with in-store rewards to save even more at the pump. Make the most of the stop you need to make with Shell and engines that continuously use Shell V-Power Nitro Plus premium gasoline. See full terms and conditions at fuelrewards.com.
Live here at Randall Ford, 5500 Rogers Avenue in Fort Smith, online at randallford.com. Audrey, you guys just won the best used car dealer. How are you able to do that?
Best of the best in the area, guys. That was voted for. It's because we take care of our customers. You get a great experience every time. I mean, and it's everything from the way we handle you here all the way to our mobile service van that'll come out and actually service your used cars at your house, man. I mean, we try to go above and beyond for our customers.
At Randall Ford, 5500 Rogers Avenue in Fort Smith, or online at randallford.com.
Everyone loves great Tex-Mex. The best Tex-Mex around is at Joe's Grill and Cantina. Tex-Mex brisket nachos, Mexican pizza, pork belly tacos, and the best fajitas in town. And when the Hogs are on TV, it's always half-price apps and taps. Your favorite drinks and the best Tex-Mex in town is at Joe's Grill and Cantina, 3400 South 74th Street, across from Harps.
Who is 33 CBD Supply? Well, they have the largest licensed hemp farm in Oklahoma. They are a local CBD product company and nutrition store that focuses on high-quality product development and education. They sell CBD ingestibles, tropicals, pet, and skincare products that contain no THC or marijuana. Stop by today and take advantage of buy one product, get the second product half off. Use product code ESPN50. 33 CBD Supply is located at 2801 Old Greenwood Road, Suite 11 in Fort Smith. Visit them online at 33cbdsupply.com. That's 33CBD Supply.
Bryn Higgins Trucking appreciates and loves their valued employees, and they love the Hogs and are proud of all their accomplishments this year. Bryn Higgins Trucking is dedicated to driver safety and a high standard of business. They take an interest in their employees, and they're always looking for the best candidates to fill future positions. If you're interested in a career with Bryn Higgins Trucking, check out their website, BrentHigginsTrucking.com. That's BrentHigginsTrucking.com.
Need to get away from the hustle and bustle of our daily lives and relax? Call Riverview Cabins and Canoes in Odin, Arkansas, and pick one of their 14 handcrafted cabins and take in the beauty of the Ouachita Natural Forest. Canoe or kayak on the Ouachita River. Hike or mountain bike on one of the many trails. Take a beautiful sightseeing, guided trail horseback ride, or fish the Ouachita River or Lake Ouachita. There's something for everyone nearby. All this and more at Riverview Cabins and Canoes. Call them at 870-326-4630. We have something for everyone.
March is here at Frank Rowe Furniture, and it's my birthday month. Since it's my birthday month, I'm having a big sale with hundreds of dollars off savings on furniture. Not only are we offering big savings, you won't pay a dime on sales tax. That's right, no sales tax on cash or finance prices. I'm not done. We are knocking off $25 on all deliveries. In-store no credit check financing, family owned and serviced after the sale. Frank Rowe Furniture, best seats in the house.
Metal Mart offers high-quality prefabricated metal buildings, metal roofing, custom trim shop, carports, and more. They strive to be a company where contractors as well as do-it-yourselfers are welcome. Metal Mart assists you in calculating the materials needed to complete your project, all at a rate you can afford. Stop by 7320 Highway 271 South in Fort Smith or call 648-3342. You can also catch them online at metalmarts.com. Metal Mart, the right material for the right price.
State sales tax paid on every pre-owned vehicle on the lot now through the end of the month at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. You heard right. State sales tax paid on pre-owned vehicles at Harry Robinson. You'll save hundreds, even thousands with sales tax paid. This sale does not apply to previously negotiated deals. Don't miss your chance to get your state sales tax paid now through the end of the month on every pre-owned vehicle on the lot. Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 at Fort Smith.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
This is Hog Reaction, live from San Francisco at the NCAA tournament.
Over Note it's short. Williams has got the ball. Arkansas has got the win.
Hog Reaction is brought to you by Bud Anderson Heating and Cooling, Guild Mortgage, and Ritter Communication.
Gives them some breathing room, up by 6. And now
another turnover for the Aggies.
And a slam on the other end by Tony.
Call or text the program at 877-377-6963.
All right, 2 open phone lines right now. If you've got a Hog Reaction, 877-377-6963 for your phone calls or your text. Arkansas wins tonight over Gonzaga 74-68. The other game that was going on, tie breakdown Villanova and Michigan for us. Go ahead.
Nova won, didn't they?
Yeah, they did. Exactly. We don't even know. 63-55, the final there. I had that game on at 2 TVs set up. I was watching. I couldn't tell you one thing about what happened to that game. I rarely even took my eyes off the screen.
Didn't watch a second.
I had it on, but just didn't watch. So Michigan eliminated from the NCAA tournament. Going on now, both games are at the half. Right now, Texas Tech leads Duke 33-29. And over in the South region, it's number 1 Arizona, the 1 seed in the South, trailing Houston right now, 34-28. Again, both of those games at the half. So we'll have our reactions, and we'll have half of the field from tonight in the Sweet 16 eliminated and get ready for 4 more games tomorrow. What's the feel there in San Francisco? I know you just had time to get from the arena back to the room to do the show, but does this feel like a college basketball crazy town right now? Is it just around the arena? How is San Francisco embracing just one of 4 regionals to happen in their city?
Tommy, I haven't even left the arena yet. I'm still here.
Are you still in the arena?
The Chase Center. Yeah, I'm just at the media center right now. So I'm about to go watch the second half. When we get done here, I'm going to go watch the second half of this Texas Tech Duke game and see what happens there. But I think with Eric Musselman being and having connections here, there's a lot of Arkansas fans that wanted to come and experience it. And not only that, their team's in Sweet 16. But you also have it's just a cool city. It's a good sports town. I wouldn't necessarily call it a college basketball sports town, but there's a lot of sports history here with the Niners and the Giants who have had recent success, unfortunately, to the chagrin of a bunch of St. Louis Cardinals fans that are listening right now. But go ahead. Yeah.
I'm just listening to you. I mean, it seems like a baseball and a 49ers town, but maybe for a little while it will be a college basketball. You don't think about college basketball in San Francisco, but right now it's kind of the epicenter, really, because I think it's the best region as far as the 4 teams that are there. I guess now 3 that can go back home. All right, talking about one guy that's high on the Hogs, that's Joe in Avoca. Joe, what's your Hog reaction?
I am happy as a clam, dude. I am happy. I was mad, and I wasn't mad the whole game, but they beat them panty waist like they were nothing there.
So, Joe, when you were watching the game tonight, what stood out to you tonight in this game? I'd love to hear your thoughts on the game.
They just stayed in there. They weathered the storm. They did what they had to do. They missed a lot of three-pointers, but they took it inside. And the people that usually do what they have to do, they did what they did. And so we advanced.
Well, Joe, rest up, and we'll probably hear from you later on. We don't ever get to hear from Joe and Avoca. I think, I was thinking he might be I think maybe we got just a little too far past his bedtime at this hour. It's past my bedtime, so I know how you feel, Joe. So I really thought he would. Now, the guy I'd like to hear from right now, you know who we'd like to hear from, don't you guys?
I mean, it's Eddie, right?
It's Eddie.
I mean,
so
where's the hog train headed? I mean,
I don't know, but
stationed in San Fran right now.
Ty, have you found any hog delight out there?
Eddie's texting me. I'm surprised he hadn't called you guys
tell him
yet.
to call.
He's texting his hog delight in here. So I'm surprised that he hasn't phoned you guys just yet.
All right, we'll keep an eye on the other games. Let's take a quick break. We'll come back with more of your hog reactions tonight. All of our coverage live in San Francisco, brought to you by Ritter Communications and by Guild Mortgage and Bud Anderson Heating and Air.
You're listening to Hog Reaction, live from San Francisco at the NCAA Tournament.
You're always up for some fun with the family, so you order the essentials, a new board game, some baking supplies, and even a new projector for outdoor movie night. And with the Bank of America customized Cash Rewards credit card, you can choose to earn 3% cash back on online shopping, which could increase to up to 5.25% as a preferred rewards member. Rewards which you can put toward an extra treat that everyone will enjoy, like an old-fashioned popcorn machine. Visit bankofamerica.com/more rewarding and apply now. Copyright 2021 Bank of America Corporation.
Live here at Randall Ford, 5500 Rogers Avenue in Fort Smith, online at randallford.com. Audrey, you guys just won the best used car dealer. How are you able to do that?
Best of the best in the area, guys. That was voted for. It's because we take care of our customers. You get a great experience every time. I mean, and it's everything from the way we handle you here all the way to our mobile service van that'll come out and actually service your used cars at your house, man. I mean, we try to go above and beyond for our customers.
At Randall Ford, 5500 Rogers Avenue in Fort Smith, or online at randallford.com.
The award-winning Memphis-style barbecue that you've always loved is now available for lunch at 2 locations. Whole Hog Cafe in Fort Smith is now serving up delicious ribs, pulled pork, brisket, chicken, and all the sides at both locations. Whole Hog Cafe on Phoenix Avenue next to Dollar General and at the Burrow Road location in Fort Smith Industrial Park. Dine in or order online at wholehogfortsmith.com. Open Tuesday through Saturday from 11 till 3.
I'm Matt Brown, PGA professional at the Ben Guerin Golf Course and director of the Ben Guerin Youth Golf Academy. We offer affordable weekly junior golf classes throughout the year to kids ages 3 through 16, including an LPGA, USGA, girls-only golf class. If you're looking for a fun and safe environment for your child to learn the game of golf, then consider the Ben Guerin Youth Golf Academy. Classes start March 22nd. For more information or to sign your child up, call 646-2444.
When you are tired of the high-pressure sales pitch at all the other car lots, come to Motor Car Connections. Mart and Travis have over 20 years experience connecting people to their next ride. Have you been turned down for bad credit? They can help you rebuild your credit and get you bank financing. Motor Car Connections specializes in affordable trucks, but also has a wide variety of used cars. Motor Car Connections, connecting you to your next ride. 2811 Fayetteville Road in Van Buren, or online at motorcarconnections.com.
Gray Steel Structures Incorporated is a family-owned business based in Greenwood specializing in steel structures. Owner Will Gray has 20 years experience doing the job right and making sure you're satisfied with the structure you have a need for. Gray Steel Structures serves both commercial and residential customers. Whatever your need may be, mini storage, RV storage, home workshop, or any metal building need, make Gray Steel Structures your first call. Gray Steel Structures, 252-2783. That's 252-2783.
GraySteelStructuresInc.com. That's Gray with an A.
Hey, where's the rest of the beer?
I'm probably out unless you clowns brought some.
Well, I've already had 3. Who's going to get more?
Order it from your phone.
From where?
Sody's delivers.
You mean where my girlfriend gets her wine and those cheese plates?
And if you don't want to drive, that's where you can order it. My free beer is gone.
Sody's now delivers inside Fort Smith city limits. Just order from mysodys.com or download the Sody's app and order from your phone. Sody's Wine and Spirits. Experience different.
Get 100% fiber internet from a 100% Arkansas company. Ritter Communications has been connecting Arkansas businesses with advanced fiber internet, voice, and cloud services since 1906. They are the largest privately held regional broadband provider in the Mid-South, providing customers with a fast and reliable 100% fiber technology that delivers speeds up to 10 gig and an average uptime of 99.99%. Visit RitterBusiness.com or call 1-888-336-4249 to get started.
Hey Hog fans, this is Andy Belkey with Orr Auto Park in Fort Smith. Are you in the market to upgrade or sell your current vehicle? If so, I'm your guy. I have access to one of the largest selections of new and pre-owned vehicles in the area, which means I have a car, truck, or SUV to fit your every need. Give me, Andy, a call or text at 479-285-2280 and let me help you put your dream in your driveway. That's 479-285-2280. Thank you and go Hogs.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
This is Hog Reaction, live from San Francisco at the NCAA tournament.
Over Note, it's short. Williams has got the ball. Arkansas has got the win.
Hog Reaction is brought to you by Bud Anderson Heating and Cooling, Guild Mortgage, and Ritter Communication.
Gives them some breathing room, up by 6.
And another turnover for the Aggies.
Slam on the other end by Tony.
Call or text the program at 877-377-6963.
All right, back with your Hog Reactions tonight. 877-377-6963 is our number. We got about 8 more minutes in the program tonight, and then guess what? We're going to turn around and do our all again in the morning, right here with the Morning Rush coming up at 6 a.m. Central Time. Ty, what time is that out on the West Coast? Remind me.
At 6 a.m. Central Time, that would be 4 a.m.
I might
Pacific
have already
Time.
known the answer. So, all right, some of your Hog Reactions on Twitter tonight, or not on Twitter, pardon me, on our text machine tonight. From the 870, I'm thinking Frank and Eddie had to light up a stogie and say, "Great job, woo pig suey." Yeah, they may have been rooting on the Razorbacks together up there. From the 479, we'd love to hear those pregame comments if you have them. Do we get that on the board here? Let me look for that. I know you sent that in, but I thought we had those. But if not, we'll definitely have them in the morning as the pregame guys. You probably didn't get to hear this, did you, Ty? What Chuck and Clark Kellogg and Kenny the Jet had to say before the game?
I mean, I listened to it, and I got the clip.
You got it? So we'll play that here in just a little bit. I heard it all, but I didn't know if you heard. Did you put it on this B-bar? I couldn't. Get that pulled up. We'll play that here in just a second. From the 501, what's it too early to call in absent to work on Friday afternoon after celebrating a Hog win? I don't think it's too early. Just go ahead and, again, take my advice. Just claim you got diarrhea, and no one's going to question you. All right,
Yikes.
No one's going to need a note. No one's going to need a picture. Just tell them you're going at the wrong end. All right, I think they'll leave you alone. All right. Let's squeeze in a couple of more calls before we get out of here. Elmo, I don't know. I can't read what he put on the board. Calling from Oklahoma. Big G, hit it.
How are you guys doing today?
What was Drew trying to type into the board here? What is your name? Because I'm not even going to tell you.
It's Guillermo.
Guillermo. All right. What did you type into the board here, Drew?
It's past my bedtime.
Okay,
I
can tell by the typing. All right, Guillermo, go for it.
How are you guys doing tonight?
We're doing well, man.
Oh, I'm having a blast. That was just the defense minutes. We just watched the Razorbacks play. Defense I hadn't seen before, and it feels great because like nobody gave us a chance. It seemed like nobody outside Arkansas gave the Razorbacks a chance to win this game, and they went in there and they basically had the lead and kept the whole game. He was great.
Agree with you. Thanks for the call, Guillermo. I just think when you look at what happened tonight, clearly it's going to always be about defense, Ty, and the way this team plays. Whoever they get, Texas Tech or Duke, they've got to stay out of foul trouble. And for the most part tonight, they were able to avoid getting into serious foul situations. Amude was the big problem tonight, but for the most part, they avoided critical foul trouble.
Yeah, spread the fouls out there. I was just kind of going over the box score, looking at who had what number of fouls. Stanley Amude picked up 2 quick ones in the first half, and he ended up getting 4 fouls. No one fouled out, though, Tommy, and that's, especially JD and Jalen. JD wasn't really in foul trouble tonight, but Jalen had 4, so it was getting a little dicey down the stretch. But anytime that you can look at a box score after the game and JD and Jalen Williams don't have 5 fouls, this team has a chance to win.
All right, let's get to one more phone call, then we're going to play that audio. Casey's at Elm Springs. Casey, you're on Hog Reaction.
Hey, guys. I'm really excited. Fantastic win. I think, it kind of surprises me. Muss hasn't got more notice than he already has. What he's done with this team. We've spoke to it. I've heard it, but the defense was incredible. I think Tony was on Nimhart. I think he was on most of the night. He had, 4 points, or 5 points, 3 coming from the free throw line. Just incredible job. And the ceiling, looking at next year, it's just astounding. We got Anthony Black making a decision on Monday between Gonzaga, Arkansas. I think Oklahoma State, one other, I can't remember. But I'm really excited where we're at, where we're going, and I really think we could beat Duke or Texas Tech. Looking at these teams, they're struggling to score, and I really like our chances right now.
Yeah. Casey, appreciate the call, and Nimhart had 7 points in the game. Again, Arkansas is going to make somebody struggle and going to make them look bad offensively. And I think, Ty, you just look around college basketball, you look around even the SEC to a degree, this is a year where it's about defense a little bit more, I believe. And I think Arkansas is just better than most when it comes to defensive skills.
Yeah, you've got 2 more potent offensive teams in Duke and Gonzaga. That's how they've won a lot of basketball games this year. And then the other 2 opposing sides do it on defense. That's Texas Tech and Arkansas. And it doesn't really matter how you slice an apple as long as it tastes good at the end. And for Arkansas basketball, this is a different style, a different way you played in recent years. But you know why you're happy? Because you're 1 win away from being in New Orleans, Louisiana at the Final Four, guys.
Well, before the game tonight, about 3 or 4 minutes after 6 o'clock Central Time.
Right into it.
I'm settled back in my chair, got my glass of iced tea. We've ordered some pizzas. We're waiting on those to arrive. Game's going to tip off in a matter of minutes. So what's Greg Gumbel do? He does what the script says. Let's go around the table. Let's ask everybody about their opinions on how this first game tonight in the Sweet 16 is going to go.
I think that blend is starting to come together.
I think it's the Gonzaga Bulldogs and not even close if Arkansas doesn't score the ball. They've averaged 64 points a game in the tournament, 36% shooting. They can't win that way. They've got to score north of 75 because the Zags' basement is 75 points a game. I don't see how it's close unless Arkansas brings more offensive firepower to this game than they've shown.
You're about half right there, Clark. Arkansas almost got to 75. They got 74, but the basement was not 75 for Gonzaga. I understand why he felt that way. I think a lot of people honestly felt that way before the game, but some more. All the disrespect once again. The clutching of the pearls and the disrespect card played again, Ty.
You love to do it. That's one of the first things that Eric Musselman told Tracy Wolfson after the game, man. If you Arkansas fans love buying into no one's believing in us mentality. When their head coach does it, Tommy, it's hard not to jump on board with that.
Yeah, and that chip on his shoulders proves to be valuable more and more often as tonight he uses that motivation to will his team to the Final Four and to the Elite Eight and a game away from being in the Final Four. All right, one last update here. Duke and Texas Tech have 11 and a half minutes left in the ball game, and Duke is ahead of the Red Raiders 49-47 at the moment. Out in the South region, it is Houston leading Arizona 34-29 with about 19 and a half left to play in that game as they're just underway in the second half. All right, we get to turn around, do all of this again coming up in the morning as we'll have the morning rush in about 8 or so hours for you here. So hang around for that. We'll have the Hog Reaction podcast podcast up at some point. You can listen to that. Drew's begging me to do that in the morning, so I think we'll do that first thing in the morning so we can get some rest. And then we'll have the morning rush for you at 6 a.m. All right, you going to call it a nighty night for you out there on the West Coast? What is it, 8:30 there? Or, are you going to press the envelope tonight, big guy?
I'm going to go watch this. I mean, you know me, Tom.
You're not even at the hotel yet. So.
Yeah, no, I'm here at Chase Center just in the media, in the practice, so I'm going to go
All right, so it'll be me and Drew and Clay tomorrow morning. I don't know if,
I got
blonde-headed.
faith in him.
Yeah,
He's got it.
You think he'll make it?
Yeah, he's a professional. He's a company man. Tommy, he's not going to leave us high and dry.
I mean, if you're going to...
See, Ty, I got you. I back you up a lot
Tommy,
of times.
if you don't think I'm going to make it, then I'm just not going to show up for tomorrow's show.
I'm just trying to give you some of that
Well,
I mean, you can use a vacation day if that's what you need to do. So, just giving you some of that must disrespect and that see if you can play the disrespect card for in the morning. All right, good job out there tonight. And, hey, 40 more minutes. 2 more good halves.
Bourbon Street, here I come.
And we're all headed to New Orleans. How about that, man?
Can't wait, man. I'm
All
excited for Saturday night. Glad to be here a couple more nights here in San Francisco at the Bay.
All right, that's your Hog Reaction tonight. Brought to you by Ritter Communications, Guild Mortgage, and by Bud Anderson. Back with a morning rush at 0600 here on ESPN Arkansas and hitthatline.com. Go Hogs.
Searching for your next vehicle should be